Welcome to Freedom Queen Live. Welcome back to the weekly show where every single Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, I go live right here on the YouTube channel. So if you're live with me, say hello in the comments. I would love to know if you are here live with me. If this is your first Freedom Queen Live, please say hello. I would love to know who you are. If you are an OG Freedom Queener and you have been here before, say hello in the comment section. I would love to know who is here. Freedom Queen Live is a free weekly show that we do on our YouTube channel every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. It is open to anyone. If you have clients, if you have friends, if you have like whoever, I invite you to invite them to our show every single Monday, where it's an amazing way to stay plugged in for the week. Hi, Gemma. Gemma's here. Hi, Gemma. It's an amazing way for us in the Freedom Queen community to plug in every single Monday and go, okay, you're here. You're ready to ride. It's going to be an incredible week. And it's really about getting you in this state of, oh, I'm doing this, of, oh, you're incredible. So if you're here with me, say hello in the comments. If this is your first live, say hello. Hey, Tamina is here. First time live. Delissa's here. Hey, girl. Chantel's here. Good morning, queens. Good morning, everyone. What I know is that this week is going to be iconic. Put a yes in the comments, in the chat if you know, yep, it's going to be an iconic week. Yep, for sure. Going to be an iconic week 100%. Put a yes in the comments. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So if you are new to Freedom Queen, make sure that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. We are uploading tons of videos on you building a movement to 6 and 7 figures, on you signing on clients, and you just living the most incredible life that you ever want to live. Hi, Sabrina. Hello, everyone. Yes. This week, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Hello from Montreal. I was just there this year. We're doing our free training on the identity shifts from 0 to 100K. Tomorrow, whether you've been a client of mine for years, whether you're brand new to Freedom Queen, I really recommend that you come to tomorrow's free training. Now, it's free, like there's no charge at all with this training, but I do recommend that if you want to take the next step, book the VIP pass. It's $49.99, and you're going to get a Voxer chat with me tomorrow. It's a Q&A style. It's not broadcast. It's Q&A where we can talk back and forth for $49.99. So I highly recommend everyone shows up for that. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, we will be on Zoom. Put a yes in the chat if you've signed up for that training. Put a yes in the chat if you have signed up for that training. And if you haven't, we'll get you the link. We'll get you the link to sign up for that. Because I built my business to 100K months. I built my business to $1 million cash. And I can honestly share with you that the things that have shifted have not really been strategy. The things that have changed haven't really been anything like that. It has actually been who I became along the way. Here, I got the link for you guys. Signed up, it's a free training. Honestly, I think like the whole internet needs to be on this training tomorrow because it's gonna be crazy. Chelsea Hart is here, Morgan's here. Audrienne is here. Yes, Gemma signed up, amazing. It really hasn't been any different strategy. If you've been with me since day one, it has been the same thing. And I really want to like awaken the true version of you tomorrow and help you hold up a mirror to your face and go, oh, okay, this is who I'm meant to be. This is how I'm really meant to see myself. And if you can, come live on Zoom. It's going to be a really big event. Have your camera on. It's going to be like a training that I believe will change your life forever. So make sure that you're there. So welcome to Freedom Queen Live, our weekly show on Mondays at 11 a.m. Eastern. Again, this is a space for you to stay plugged in. Even if you're like driving in the car and you have me off to the side, don't touch your phone. If you're like in the shower, if you're just getting ready for your Monday morning, make this be the space where you come. It's like we all came to our village. It's like, imagine that we're in this beautiful old town and we all came to our Freedom Queen village and we're like, hey, we're here. I'm here to remind you who you are. Because I want to talk about this today. So much of your success in life and what you're manifesting and what you're creating has to do with state. A lot of the times in my business, state is what has dictated my success, who I'm being, how I feel. And there are little cheat codes that you can do to put yourself in a great state. A lot of people will say things like, oh, my sales are down. It's like, but are your sales actually down, or are you projecting that your sales are down because maybe you're sad or you don't feel as good? And when you're able to have this self-awareness, I like to think of it as like, I zoom out and just look at the reality. Oh, you're not actually, things aren't actually burning to the ground. You actually just need to go have a snack. Robbie and I do this all the time. My partner and I, if you guys know Robbie, you know Robbie. Robbie's an incredible entrepreneur. Yesterday, he had like a $9,000 day or something like that craziness. And we'll go through things where we're in a great state. Like this morning, we live in Mexico and we walked to this cafe here in Mexico. We had our cappuccinos, we sat and we talked. We had a great morning. And we know that in the mornings, we're in a great state. We're in a great state. Everything is booming. Everything is happening. And then maybe at different points in my business, I've had it where middle of the day, it's like the state is off. But older versions of me would have said, oh, something's bad. But who I am today, and the reason why I've been able to build a sustainable business is because I don't make the negative state mean something about me. I go, oh, something's going on. Oh, I actually just needed to go outside. Oh, I actually just needed to eat lunch. Oh, I actually just needed to call my mom. Oh, I actually just needed to like go have a dance party. Oh, I just needed to make this little shift today. I just needed to, maybe you're scrolling on social media, stop scrolling on social media. I want you to become this week like the queen of noticing your state. And then when we meet together next Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, tell me what has changed in your life. I can honestly say that because of this practice that I've added into my business of noticing my state and then doing something to change the state, right? This is what Tony Robbins talks about. Put a guess in the chat if you're picking up, put it when I'm putting down, if you know what I'm talking about here. Where I notice this state, I'm so much more fulfilled, happier. I like to use the word fulfilled. I'm so much more fulfilled and I'm more successful. Because a lot of the times we want to chalk something up to be a really, really big deal. We want it to be like, oh my God, it's a catastrophe. Oh my God, but it's actually like you just needed to go have a salad. You just haven't had any greens today. So I want you, this was on my heart this morning. I wanted to just plug this in as a little tool for you to use this week inside of your business. Before you go and post on social media, have a dance party. Before you work with clients, go get dressed up. Before you go live on your own weekly show, do something like listen to a fun, empowering track. So often, I think, yes, state is everything, Gemma says. So often, I think a lot of people feel as if they're kind of like pawns. Like they're kind of just like things happen, they're pinged and then they move. Someone else is moving them. But I ask you to step into the queen version of you, where you're able to notice the game. You notice what's going on, and then you decide where you're moving and how you're going to go. You don't just allow like bad weather to determine how you're going to feel inside. It's like, well, it's raining outside, so I'm going to feel like I love that. I'm going to have an amazing time. You're no longer being just like pushed in different directions. You're able to decide, this is where you want to go. Something else that's on my mind today, and you'll all have to let me know if you're there, is I was hanging out with Robbie this weekend because we do a lot of things in the weekends together. And I was talking so much about who you are around, who you're surrounding yourself with. This is why I'm so grateful we do Freedom Queen Live every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, is because we are literally just like little sponges. The fastest way to be successful is by being around other people that are successful. The fastest way to get healthy is by being around other people that are healthy. Chelsea says, oh yes, I need to try this before creating my content, really get my energy up so my audience can feel it. Dancing changes everything for me, yes. I think this is why I'm successful in business, because I have a performance background of dancing in New York City, and like I get state. It's like, well, you don't always feel like performing on stage, but you better get it together. Too bad. Like, it doesn't matter. You have a show coming up, get up and go. So Robbie and I were talking a lot about this weekend about who you're surrounding yourself with. And honestly, out of everything I've done in my life, every strategy, every thing I've studied, every book I've read, every podcast I've listened to, every action I've taken, the biggest, when I think about the things that actually move my life forward, it is looking at what I'm consuming and who I'm consuming. Are you consuming people on the internet that light you up and set your soul on fire? Or are you consuming people that don't align with where you're going? Are you consuming people that, this is why I love to work with mentors who are like so much bigger than me, because I'm like, wow, like I have so much more to go. Like, this is amazing. Or are you consuming people who are like keeping you close and small? This is like just real talk with you all. This is something that I've really been analyzing over the last year, because we are sponges. And because we're humans, I needed this today, Gemma said, this Freedom Queen Live, I'm just like speaking from my heart today, I'm having like a coaching session with you. Because we are humans, I think that this is an incredible tool and something to be aware of. Something to be aware of. Because when I was in New York City, I became someone that I wasn't. I became someone that I wasn't. I'm just going to speak from my soul today, and you guys have to let me know if this resonates. But in 2020, when I graduated from college, I moved to New York City in 2017. I moved to New York City in 2017. And I got my dream job, which was teaching dance. And then I was performing on the side in New York City. Then I switched careers in the dance world, and I started managing a dance company, helping with their auditions, marketing, administrative operations, school programs, everything in the business, running the business. And I was around so many people that were in the broke mindset, in the having to like starving artist syndrome, and like barely making ends meet, in the follow the masses, like whatever the news was spewing at you, it was like, listen to the news, that I became someone that I'm not at my core. And it wasn't until in the middle of 2020, when you know what was really going big, and I left New York City, and I started to just like question different things. I started to look at things differently and go, like, I don't really know about that. Like, now that I have space from being constantly consuming all of that, I don't really know. Like, I actually really don't agree with that. And maybe you're like this, maybe you're like me. I've always been very rebellious. Like, put a yes in the chat if you're like me in the freedom community of you just cannot follow rules. It's like, rules, no thank you. Like, you like to win, you like to be successful, but you like to do it in your own way. Put a yes in the chat if that's you, because that's who I am. That's what Bridget James Ling is. And so in 2020, I started to like really question a lot of stuff. I was like, I don't really know. Like, do I need a job? Do I believe what the news is saying? I'm not sure. And when I decided, I left my job, I started my business, and I booked a trip to Costa Rica, a lot of things started shifting for me because I got so far away from what I was previously consuming that I realized, like, I don't actually buy into any of this. Wait a second. Like, I don't actually believe anything that any of you are saying, like, and anything. And what that really showed me was that, wow, on one hand, we are, and it's incredible because we are sponges and we can get around people that are super successful and become and learn. But on the other hand, if you are around things that are not the vibe of where you want to go, you're going to become like them either way. And so in the last, I would say, year, really, I mean, I did it in the beginning too, but this last year has been a lot of uncovering this, of really taking a hard look at different things I consume, people, movies, news, mentors, things, and going like, do I actually want to be a part of this? Do I actually want to consume these things? And there's no judgment on them. There's no shame on them. It's not like they're bad and I'm amazing. Well, some situations I would argue that, but it's having the ownership of your own life to decide, is that who I want to be? Knowing where you are at your core and then building an external reality to match the internal reality. That has been my cheat code. That has been the switch. And maybe for some of you, just like, this is totally honest. You can say whatever you want to say. There's no judgment here. Maybe for some of you, this has to do with your own clients. Just as much as you choose a mentor, I also suggest that you be very intentional about who you choose as clients and who you're marketing to. Just as much as you find your favorite mentor on the internet and you hire her and it's amazing and you fall in love and you do all life together and you have all these ups and downs together, just as much as that, I also encourage you to take a look at who you're marketing to. Because actually, you probably spend more time with the people that you're marketing to and your clients than you do with your mentor. So we needed to hear this today. No one actually told me that. No one actually told me that. No one actually told me that in the beginning of my business. And I want you to think about this. Because when I started to realize this stuff, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And the coolest thing about all of this is, in the process of this, is you really pull back all the layers of the onion and decide who you are. Put a yes in the chat if you're like, I'm pulling back the layers. Maybe this summer, you've been taking off so many different layers of like, that's not me, that's not me, that's not me. And you're like, okay, this is who I am. Gemma says, so true. Audrienne says, I feel this 100%. I just don't know what to build my business around. I've been thinking about this for months. Okay, there's one, Audrienne, I'm glad you asked that question, because there's one more thing I wanted to talk about today. Put a yes in the chat if you guys are still with me. I see there's 23 of you, you're here with me. Put a yes in the chat, you're still with me. I want to talk with you in the last 10 minutes here about confidence. And I really recommend you come to tomorrow's training. If you're not already in tomorrow's training, like, get your booty there. It's a training. Like, I would invite your clients to the training, invite your mentors to the training. Like, everyone needs to get their hands on this training that I'm going to do tomorrow. But it's this piece of confidence. So when you're building your business, hey, Jamie, the more that you lead with confidence and certainty in yourself, the easier everything is going to be. It doesn't matter what you're selling, what you're saying, any of those things, if you lead with confidence. If you actually take a look at really big leaders in the world, and one of my favorite things to do is study amazing speakers and leaders, nothing they say actually makes sense. Most of them don't even form complete sentences. But they move the masses. But they create great change. Why? They lead with conviction, with certainty, with power, with feeling, with passion, with charisma, with energy. This is what a lot of people are lacking in the online space. This piece right here. I keep going like this. If you're watching our YouTube channel, it's what I call this like energetic substance. It's like, where's your oomph? Where's your juice? Where's your magic? Where's like, I want to see the real Jane. I want to see the real Gemma, the real Chantel, the real Chelsea, the real Morgan, like the real, like you pulling back those layers. Like Morgan said, yes, I'm pulling back those layers. Layers are coming off and you're just like, hello world. I've remembered who I am. That actually is the difference I see. If you just study people's profiles, like people that really crush it versus don't, you can see that this is missing. This energetic substance is lacking. It's their conviction, their confidence in themselves. And here's the thing. I believe that if you're on this live today, you have that spark inside of you. Maybe it's at level 1000, maybe it's at level 1, but I do believe that if you are on this live, there is a little spark in you or a massive burning fire in you, whatever it is, you do have that in you. Put a yes in the chat if you do have that in you. If you're like, yeah, I know what you're talking about, Bridget James, like I know what you're talking about, I do have it within me. And I believe that my job as your mentor, whether you pay to work with me or you come to Freedom Queen Live every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, my job is to wake that up inside of you. Your job as a mentor is to wake that up at the end of the day, no matter what you're doing, bookkeeping, fertility, mindset, psychology, business. Your job is to wake other people up and go, you are a creator, you are powerful. I'm getting chills right now. I know that there will be times that are hard in your business and times that are hard in your life. But I don't want you to give up on yourself and up on the people that you're serving. I was having a very real, like deep conversation with Robbie about this last night. And I was like, we were talking about sometimes do you just let people go? Like, is that the answer to just like, let some people go? And at my soul, like at my core, the answer is no. Imagine in 2018, when I was making, in 2018, I was making like $58,000 a year, crying, walking to work, binge drinking on the weekends, dating men I should not have been dating. I actually stopped believing in God at one point, 2017 to 2018. I like didn't really believe, I didn't believe in like, I believed in God, but I was like, universe, like I just like detached from everything. Imagine if one of my first mentors in terms of coaching, if she didn't seek me out and say, I believe in you. We just had a $25,000 week. I am sober. I am in a loving relationship. And if that woman didn't take the time to see that little spark in me and go, you have something in you. There's something in this girl that you got to pull this out of you. If she didn't take the time, if she had given up on me and walked away, I wouldn't be here today. And I know that people talk about the coaching industry like it's bad or like it's crazy, but I've actually believed that the coaching industry is what's going to wake up the world. I believe that people serving other people, people saying to each other, you have a spark inside of you, and whether you help them bring it out through bookkeeping, finance, meditation, who cares? Wake them up. Because as you wake more people up, maybe you start off with bookkeeping and you end with mindset. Doesn't matter, you still woke people up. So stop worrying about the how. Stop worrying about what am I doing? What do I say? See the person in front of you and go, you have a spark. How can I help you? How can I serve you? This is the answer that you want the wealth. Start with serving people first. That will come. When I think back to living in New York City, when I first had this idea for this business, I literally wrote on my vision board, I have a picture of it, I have the proof. My ultimate goal in life, you guys, was to help women go for more, become their own boss, and make $5,000 a month. Me, that's what I wanted. So you, right from the get, you can tell that my goal has never been focused on, let me make the money and then help the people. It has been, let me serve the people, money is the byproduct. Now, here's the other piece. If your goal is you need to make money, like also do that. Like there, you can win in every situation. I believe that also wanting money is a way of serving other people. Like there's nothing wrong with that as well. But there's something about that. Your job as a mentor, as a coach, and I would love to know what all of you do. Just put it in the chat. What do all of you do? Put it in the chat. I'd love to know what your business is. Your job as a mentor, sure, you might do bookkeeping, sure, website design, social media management, you might be a business mentor, you might teach sales, you might teach relationships, you might teach people how to sing, you might teach people feminine energy, whatever it is, you're actually just waking people up. Wake up. Wake up. You are alive. We are alive. Waking people up to the beauty of the world. I would love to know what you do. Put it in the chat. Astrology-based creative director and content strategy. I'm an astrology-based creative director and content strategist, but I really just wake people up. I'm a business coach and help you build a 7-figure movement, but I really just wake people up. Wake up. You guys, I believe that like I'm a super energetic person, and I believe that we are on the, like I'm a no BS, no fluff person, and I'm also super energetic and intuitive. And I believe that we're on the brightest, like we're on the edge of the biggest shifts of our lives. I really feel that. How are you feeling? Put it in the chat. I would love to know how you're feeling. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. This is one of my favorite Freedom Queen lives. I feel like every single week it just gets better and better. Every single week we have a different energy that we're bringing to the table. So 2 things this week. Number 1, I hope to see you. Not I hope. I will see you tomorrow on Freedom Queen, and not Freedom Queen Live, on the identity shifts that I made to go from 0 to 100K months. I'm going to be helping you hold up a mirror in your life and go, hey, this is who you're really being. Do you see that? This is who you're really being. Let's take a look at this. And it's going to be incredible. Invite your clients, invite your mentor, invite your friends, invite your mom, invite everybody. It's going to be a really amazing call. We will be on Zoom. I'll put the link here again. Make sure that you're signed up for that training tomorrow. Come on Zoom, come hang out with us. Love the energy. Adrienne, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm a multifaceted golden empress queen. Love the energy. Yes. Heart Gemma says, I believe that you are on your greatest. Like huge shifts are happening in the world. I can feel it. And not in a way when I usually talk about shifts. I usually talk about shifts in a way of like, there's this big breakthrough that's about to happen. What I'm speaking to now is like, I feel the energy in the world going like this. It's like the plates are moving, but it's like the energetic plates are moving, whether it's like political or just relationship wise, wealth wise. I believe that a lot of things are shifting right now in your favor. And it's time to wake up. Lauren says, I'll be there. Hi, Lauren, Anthony, I miss you. I can't wait to see you. Come on Zoom, put your camera on, and I will see you tomorrow on the Identity Shifts 0 to 100, which is really just a wake the F up whole entire training session. I'll be taking you on an incredible journey. If you are down in the DMs 2023 is happening in 30 minutes. It's a brand new training, completely different than the one I ran last year, like vastly different than the way that I taught it last year. So if you're in that, I'll see you there. If you want to join that program, it's $497 for 2 weeks of live coaching with me. Just go over to my profile. It's a link in my bio. Sign up there on Instagram, and I will see you tomorrow at the training. Okay.